Cloaked in a fashion of reality from the time in which I find myself, I enter this room. I am surprised to see Heather, my child self, with a large box puzzle, pieces spread all over the dining room table. Heather, that puzzle is meant for a much older person. There are just too many pieces for a 5-year-old to put into the context of a bigger picture. Look, she says, I already have 4 pieces joined together. But what game are we playing today? With the Emperor's permission, we are now ready for the closing statements, in this case of the people versus the weavers of invisible clothes. You have been hearing the prosecution's evidence indicating that these artisans in the story of the Emperor's New Clothes are swindlers responsible for defrauding and degenerating the morality of the empire. The defense claims that these weavers are artists providing the emperor with a deep meaning and purpose that he greatly desires. Heather, will you please present the closing statements for the prosecution?
1 minute, please. I got another end piece. Okay. I am a child who sees things as they are. Weavers produce clothing, not philosophy. Would the defense set a legal precedent that allows a peddler to say, here is the item you ordered, but you can't see it because it's a work of invisible art? That is, of course, ridiculous, and so is the defense's assertion that extorting money for producing nothing while using coercive statements to humiliate victims into submission is anything but fraud. It was Hans Christian Andersen himself that called these men swindlers, and it took a child to state the obvious truth. These men are 100% guilty. That's it.
Old man, we are now ready for the closing statements in defense of the weavers. We live in a wonderful city, plentiful and full of joy. The Andersen take on this story is that the leader is a spineless moron who does not understand the simplest of things, and that the undeveloped child's tale of this event is superior to that of the emperor's own actions. Our emperor not only goes along with the charade until its conclusion, but he gives these artists special honors along the way. This case is brought forth not by the emperor, but by some people who, as my artists have rightfully claimed, would not be fit and in fact are not the leaders of this wonderful city. Artists provide an expression, a service that does not always produce a simple product. Let's take a trip into our time machine. In 1952, John Cage performed a piece called 433, a composition where nothing is played. No, this did not start a trend of musicians not delivering music, and nobody demanded a refund, and no one sued anyone. Yves Klein was known for his solid blue monochrome paintings. See-through blouses appeared in fashion shows in the late 1960s. All of the arts have had similar concepts introduced at some point. That nothing is something. We can discuss the emperor and the artist's intentions, but please do not inhibit ideas, thoughts, discussion, and ultimately freedom in the imagination that fuels progress itself. Heather, you may have a brief rebuttal.
My old man has retold this story based on non-reality. As the children of the past search for truth in reality, they discard the realities we live by. Religious zealots who take advantage of the poor. People start to question who and what they are, and the concepts that promote life itself are discarded for that which is invisible to us. The tale of the child with its simple perspective brings us into the future, not swindlers who confuse what we know and bring us nothing.
The judge says, "Old man, that's one smart child you have there." I say, "Yeah, she takes after her mother." I would like to thank both the child and the old man for your keen insights on this matter. Your perspectives will be useful when I have a case before me that involves actual damages, as no opinions are needed at this time. The Emperor's wish was merely that we have this discussion. We are complying, and it is my hope that you will continue this discussion.